I'm America, right? No. But why? My name is America. You're just the United States, silly USA. Yeah, whole continent is called America, USA. There can only be one. Oh my god, stop! Please, no America! But I'm also Anglo, please don't do me! Deal with it. Achievement unlocked, manifest destiny. I guess if both the North and South American continents want to all be considered America, well, the US has a solution to be considered American. They already manifest destinied once, they will do it again. Funny enough, in a way, the US already considers both these continents to be their territory, kind of. The Monroe Doctrine was the policy position that opposes European colonization in the Western Hemisphere. Any intervention by foreign powers is a potentially hostile act against the US, so in a way you could kind of make the argument the US already sees the continents like this. Thanks for posting to my subreddit. In the 1800s, hello old bean, mind if I buy Alaska from you? You aren't doing very much with it. Let me check the list. Who I hate. The Ottomans #1, Britain #2, and France 3rd. They all are very smelly. Yeah, go freak yourself. Instead, I will sell to my small American friend, because I really don't like your dad. Yeah, freak dad. Not long after, in the grand scheme of things. Oh, I think Russia has a new updated list. They really don't like now Poland, Ukraine, and of course the USA. They are by far the worst. Howdy, neighbor. I can see your house from over here. And this is exactly why Russia sold Alaska to the US. The Russians were originally the ones that colonized this land first, but in 1867, when they really needed the money, they sold it to us. And the main reason they did this is because they really despised the British way more at this time. Keep in mind, the British were also a much bigger threat than we were in the 1850s. We really were just like this innocent little kid at the time. Meanwhile, the British were like the strongest nation on earth, so why would you want to beef them out even more? Can't let them just extend their Canadian territory like that. Funny enough though, they did at one point consider selling all that territory to the tiny nation of Liechtenstein. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, only like 170 years really isn't that long in history. Crazy how much has changed.
So yeah, overall I've just been having pretty consistent trouble with my economy.
Wow, sad, but common in these times to try. Anyhow, how are you guys do? 7 gazillion. It's over. Chinese economy minutes away from collapse. Pretty much every geopolitical YouTube channel right now. But man, people are eating that stuff up. Please subscribe. Whether it's China's beginning decline in population or their issues with their real estate market, everyone seems to be talking about the fall of China. They're definitely struggling like a lot of other places. We'll see what actually happens though. Manchu dragon must make revenge, must oof modern China. I'm China, I'm China, I'm China, I'm China. I'm Manchu dragon. I'm here to oof modern China. Why the frick is there two of you? Who is the real China? He's the real China. Oh shit. So yeah, that vengeful Manchu dragon slaughtered Chinese Taiwan, and I got away scot-free. Wow, so that means you cannot identify as China anymore? What is you identify as now? As my ancestors. Oh no, that's just Mongolia. In order to avoid a brutal death, the Chinese had to revert back to their ancestry, and of course, a lot of modern-day Chinese ancestry would probably be linked to Genghis Khan here. Check out makeshift.com so you can reserve these before they're gone forever. It's funny because if modern-day China was forced to identify as anything else but China, this would be the logical choice. That's right, and Chinese New Year literally just passed. Fun times. I didn't get any red envelopes though, sad face. Oh look, it's a little modern day Germany ball with like a patch referencing their old imperial days. Not the rectangle. Huh? Who's that? Rectangle's gone. Poof! Ike, where is my son? Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's you! Is it really? No way! Please let me show you my European economic order. What? 9. You is not my real son. Ah, look, there he is. Claudia, Prussia. Oh, that's just Chile. I actually thought for a second that this was gonna show Poland. I think both those punchlines would have worked. Now, part of the reason why that Prussian spirit was confused is because Chile actually uses these helmets. In fact, they have a lot of Prussian traditions in their army. They actually just have overall a lot of German influences in their military. I mean, these are literally shaped like no German helmets from World War II. Chile is a bit of a stan, I guess you could say. The early armed forces adopted many Prussian military traditions, and it was during this period that the Chilean military had many of its most famous victories. And I'm sure just like in a lot of Latin America, there's tons of German ancestry that helps their roleplay even more. I can't help but notice how much Latin America just loves this country. Both the Spanish-speaking and Portuguese-speaking side. It's just funny, the different examples of how much this part of the world loves that European country. Will World War III start because of Chile? Oh, dum-de-dum. Hey, leave Watachi's water. What? Cannot into hearing you, Japan. Remove both. Clang, clong, clong. Watashi, see what you're doing. Ming is doing nothing. You ising paranoid. Take pill of Chile. China just casually building new islands off the coast of Japan, probably to claim more territorial waters in Asia. What else is new? Photographs have Chinese increasing military activities in 7 artificial islands so far, specifically in the South China Sea region. I didn't even realize there's like modern day colonization races still happening. And the competition includes multiple competitors. However, this is colonization that is literally building from the ground up. They're not like stealing land, they're actually making it. I think this literally can be defined as a little bit of trolling. Very specific regulations are required for hosting a World Cup game, including and not limited to using real grass for football pitch. Stadium must have capacity of 80,000 clays, accessible to public transportation, give FIFA executives $1 million gazillion bucks, must be iconic, have lots of useless, luxurious amenities. Are you even listening? What? Reflect culture, easily accessible, transit. I got just the venue for that, actually. Oh yes, classic American culture and just a ton of useless parking because we have no public transit. No, but actually, recently the US did choose this stadium in New Jersey to be the final for the World Cup in 2026. The Get a Life Stadium, I get it. This is the MetLife Stadium, and it's been a pretty controversial decision, especially because a lot of people wanted them to choose the Dallas Cowboys Stadium or the AT&T Stadium, which is arguably probably one of the best in North America. I mean, they've got plenty of capacity and also these giant television screens. From what I read, they didn't choose this one that would be in Texas because there's like literally no public transit. I complain about it all the time, but Texas has like literally nothing practically. New Jersey doesn't have the best, but there's something. It's like comparing like an F to like a C. Obviously, the host cities for the FIFA World Cup in 2026 have already been chosen. I'm trying to go to this one in Monterey. I guess we'll see how New Jersey handles it. I love how they're banishing the most hardcore World Cup fans to go to New Jersey. The ultimate punishment. This is the maple leaf, an iconic symbol of Canada. It represents my love for guzzling maple syrup down my throat. The national flower of Nihon bee cherry blossom, for no thing makes better than sakura petals to rain all over your face. This is the national flower of Thailand. It's called the golden shower. Fascinating. What does it say about you, buddy? How does it defy you? Thailand? Oh no, let's not ask him that question. Why would they name it that? Sure, it probably sounds a little bit different in Thai, but in English, those words are strange. This is just one of the many examples of how translating between different languages can sometimes result in some weird combinations. It does look pretty though. Does this have any linkage to why Thailand named their capital that? Listen here, Pakistan. You better give back Pashtunistan. I horribly butchered the pronunciation there, but this is the region they're talking about. That's it. I've had enough with you trying to force me to give you land. War is inevitable! Hey, you can't just into invading countries that are weaker than you, especially countries like small, insignificant, tiny Waitings. The British in 1838, the Soviets in 1991, and the US in 2022. Woo! I support the Pakistani army crusade against the evil people in Afghanistan. I won't be giving you any material aid, of course. So India's idea here is to allow the nation of Pakistan to attack Afghanistan because historically speaking, nations that do that don't tend to have a good time in the future. That is why they're literally called the graveyard of empires. And since India really doesn't like Pakistan, they would love to see that. I could actually see them rooting this on unironically. They probably have thought about this. This must be the future. Let us see what glorious Aryan race has achieved. What? Bang. No, Germany would be extremely confused. Okay, my favorite part about this comic is they included that historically speaking, Japanese is considered an Aryan race. And that is because the mustache man himself pretty much allowed anyone to be Aryan as long as they were friends with him. If you were willing to help Germany at the time, go ahead. You're okay. It's so dumb. But yes, Japan does have a very interesting love for Brazil. There's Germany and Poland and Sweden and yeah, I just like the inclusion of Japan. How crazy. Level 1, border conflict. Sudan, Tel Aviv be mine. No, is mine. Level 2, border conflict. You know exists, Kosovo. Yes, I do. I've Albania. Kosovo exists. Serbia, responds Albania. Level 3, border conflict. You both know exists. I'm the only real China. You all fake China. Mongolia, no real. Love the population hat that's still bleeding over. Mongolia has very little population, and when they do, they all live next to the Chinese border, usually. A lot of them do, at least. Definitely the situation happening in China is probably the most intense border conflict. Literally saying that the other person doesn't even really exist. must or shouldn't. Actually, a lot of Mongolia's population doesn't live next to their border of China. They kind of just cluster around their cities. However, there's only 3.3 million people living here versus China with over 1 billion. I forgot how crazy that difference is. Okay, no wonder they're just a hat. I don't even think you could do a level 4 border conflicts. It doesn't get any higher than that. And thank you to the patrons. You can go to the link in the description down below to patreon.com to support me. JohnDenver, Jack Traven's annoying friend. I can't sleep without Drew's voice. Henrik Hedlund, Fredrik Tibblin, Drew, it's your dad back with the DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood, Carmel Saida, Amateur Archaeology,
sebby, if you hear this, I love you,
LuxembourgLover,
Tambre,
and ZaneyBoi.